All right, the mother of 12-year-old Tamir Rice, the Cleveland boy, shot to death by police last November, says she wants the county DA off the case and replaced by a special prosecutor. Just before Rice was shot by police, callers had phoned in to 911 saying they thought the child had a toy gun, but it was scaring people. Rice was shot dead by arriving officers who say they thought his gun was real. Rice's mother spoke at the courthouse yesterday.
Since the senseless shooting of my son, Tamir Rice, I have had many sleepless nights and days. Almost a year now, no justice, no peace. I am very disappointed in the way Timothy McGintley is handling this case. I would like for him to step down and allow an independent prosecutor to take over Tamir Rice's case.
So let's bring in our legal guys. Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland. Good to see you.
Frederica.
And Richard Herman, a New York criminal defense attorney and law professor, joining us from Las Vegas. Good to see you as well. It's been too long, gentlemen.
Way too long, Fred.
Hey.
I know, but I'm so glad we're back together. A source says that Odom was even able to say hello to Kardashian, saying hi. The ordeal began Tuesday when Odom was found unconscious at the Love Ranch brothel just west of Las Vegas. Employees say he used cocaine and took herbal supplements over 3 days. Odom and his estranged wife, Khloe Kardashian, signed divorce papers back in July, but the courts have yet to finalize their divorce. So let's bring in our legal guys, Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland again. And back with us from Las Vegas, Richard Herman, a New York criminal defense attorney and law professor. This time, no props, and just for real clarity, I nor CNN put you up to that. You did that on your own. Richard, naughty, naughty. Okay, so let's... Okay, all right, so let's talk about what's happening in your backyard, Richard. So this brothel is legal, and the owner of the brothel came out very quickly to establish that there was no drug use at the brothel, despite what some reports have said. He says that there was no cocaine use in the brothel, but it has been reported that perhaps there were some herbal supplements that this brothel did give to Odom, and if in any way that has resulted in his physical condition, might that brothel be facing some charges, potentially?
I don't think so, Fred. I listened to Dr. Drew give a great analysis yesterday on this, and, you know, when everybody... he's in such bad shape right now, Odom, and personally, I hope he's okay, and I feel for his true family. But you have to understand, Fred, that when people create this condition, and I guess in honor of the Major League playoffs, he decided to take Speedballs, and they are a cocktail of heroin, methadone, and liquid cocaine. And the doctors, when they went to the hospital, said he had about every drug imaginable inside him. So he created his own condition. And then you can't look to sue people for liability when you do it to yourself. Now, if the brothel provided him with drugs, if they sold him with drugs, if they facilitated or aided and abetted, maybe you can make a claim there. But he did it to himself, Fred. And the news cycles there are thousands of young kids fighting cancer every day in the United States. There are heroes being shipped off to Afghanistan, getting their heads blown off.
But even if the brothel didn't necessarily know about what you call, speedballs or whatever, drugs he may or may not have used beforehand, that they would encourage these herbal supplements, to enhance performance, etc., even by dispensing that or, encouraging him to use that, there's some distance still if it led to his condition? All right.
And Fred, if you take aspirin and it says take 2 aspirin and you take 5,000 aspirin, it's on you. It's not on the drug. This herbal supplement's legal. It's sold over the counter.
Okay.
You're supposed to take, I don't know, but if you exceed what you're supposed to take, it's over. You do it to yourself.
Okay, we're going to leave it right there, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Always good to see you, Avery, Richard. You never know what you're going to get.
Never.
All right, always unexpected. All right, thanks so much, guys. Avery, does this preclude a grand jury, or does this simply mean that what we heard from the prosecutor is in conjunction with what may happen with a grand jury?
Well, Fred, this independent investigation, as well as a prior judicial determination that there seemed to be evidence of reckless homicide and involuntary manslaughter, All of this is nice for the press, but it has nothing to do with the grand jury. The grand jury will not hear any of this, these investigations or these findings. Each case is dealt with separately and independently with the grand jury.
Except, didn't they just hear it? I mean, we don't know who's on the grand jury, but Avery, didn't they just hear it? I mean, this is now public. We're talking about it here.
And the grand jury hasn't even been convened yet, if you can believe that.
Right. So we don't know who they are, but whoever they are privy to the same kind of information you or I are privy to, news reports and whatever else is conveyed, right?
Sure. That's exactly right.
So it is influential, potentially.
Right.
But Fred, why there's no grand jury at this point, because the police say they're still doing their investigation, seems to me an awful long time not to have gone to a grand jury. But the bottom line is, what was the reasonable state of mind of the police officer at the time, Fred? Let me show you real quickly. I have 2 guns here, Fred. 2 guns. Which one is the real one? Which one is the fake one, Fred? Too late, you're dead. I mean, it's a split-second decision, Fred. And I think it's going to be very difficult to get a conviction against these police officers under the circumstances where Tamir did not listen to a directive from the police.
Okay, and just to make it clear, you're in Nevada, you're in Las Vegas with whatever you just held up, Richard. You're not here in studio with us. But Avery, what is the next step here? Because, you know, the family says, yeah, they've been waiting for a year. You heard from the mother, Samaria Rice, who says she wants an independent prosecutor. Now, how might that request be entertained? What will it take to even name a special prosecutor? Is it too late?
Well, it's not too late to do it. The problem is the unique nature of Ohio law. The prosecutor is independently elected. He's going to make those decisions. Nobody can override him. I think he's intending to bring it to the grand jury, and what he presents, no one's going to really know. But the idea of an independent prosecutor, a good idea. I don't think it's going to happen. But unless this thing gets in front of a grand jury pretty quickly, Frederica, justice delayed is justice denied. And that's what's happening.
Fred, one other point. One other quick point, Fred. Just because it goes to a grand jury does not mean there's going to be a prosecution or a true bill. We don't know yet. And frankly, I don't know why it has not been presented yet to a grand jury.
Okay. Richard, Avery.
We both agree on that. We both agree. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been presented.
All right. Very good. Avery, Richard, I know we'll be talking about it again. Thank you so much. Gentlemen, appreciate that.